Everybody, this is Jeff, and today we're going to talk about first impressions of Buenos Aires. So I just got here, and so obviously I have some first impressions, first few hours in the city. Let's talk about that as we go for a walk here. So one thing that comes as a pleasant surprise, the weather map that I have, or the weather app that I have that tells me about the weather, told me that Buenos Aires was going to be cold and rainy and overcast. Well, here it is, 10 in the morning, thereabouts, and we've got some sunshine, so I'm happy about that. So that's my first impression, is that even though it's winter, it's a little bit chilly, 60 degrees. Here it is in August, but we have some sunshine. Number two, I would say the people have been friendly. So the people of Argentina are friendly. They look out for you. Outside of a few opportunistic scammers, if you want to call them that. People, not scammers, but people who, overcharge things. The Argentinian people that I've talked to don't like those types of people. They're quick to tell you when you're getting scammed, so they look out for you like that, right? So that's good. Another thing that really stood out right away was there's a lot of construction going on here, which I don't know if I can cross. I mean, it says red. There you go. They were just ahead of schedule. I was behind because you got to get used to it. There is a lot of construction going on. I asked the taxi guy, I said, is the Argentinian economy good? And he was like, no, it's not. So, even though there's a lot of construction going on, he didn't feel like the Argentinian economy was good for him. And he said that the elections are coming up, so he's excited for that. Okay, so lots of construction. What else is new about big cities, right? What is this? Okay. It's an ecological zone. Let's go down here and walk this area while we talk. Okay, so another thing. I arrived on bus 17 hours from Mendoza, and that was a decent price. It cost me like $65. 17 hours on a bus. After about hour 6 into it, I was done. I was over it. But then we stopped, I stretched, ate, and then it was nighttime, about 9 o'clock. Then I fell asleep for about 4 or 5 hours, woke up at 2 or 3 in the morning, stayed up for about another hour, fell back asleep for a half hour, and then woke up again because we stopped to do a pickup. They turn on the lights and everything stops and people come on. That woke me up, and then I fell back asleep again for 2 hours. And as far as riding a bus that long, I don't know if I'd do that again. The scenery would have to be outstanding and worth it. And as far as I'm concerned, if you've seen Texas or inland California, not coastal California, but inland California or Arizona, then you've seen Argentina. It's just flat and barren through the middle from Mendoza to Buenos Aires. There's not much to see there. It's not like the Amazon's there or Patagonia or anything. The bus ride from Santiago to Mendoza was worth it. I would recommend that and do that again. That was a 5 to 6 hour ride. That almost felt like a tour, but it was just a bus ride. Okay, so another thing that I'm excited for is all this food that I keep seeing, especially the steak. Being able to ride the bus, I did see a lot of cattle farms, and they appeared to be, happy cows. What I mean by that is they were, free range. They were grazing. So that was good. Also, in terms of the price of things around here, like I said, I mean, everything's really fairly priced. I mean, the economy's because the Argentinian peso doesn't have a very strong exchange rate, you get a lot. I mean, taxi rides frequently cost $3 using a meter to go a couple miles away, you know. $3, which is like 150 pesos, 200 pesos. In terms of safety, I would say that it's a pretty safe place so far. I mean, really safe. You know, you have, like on the bus, for example, we had armed police officers, but you know, in all the cities, really, here in South America, I've seen military police. I guess that's what I would call them. I don't know if they're police or military police. They look like military police in almost all the streets, and I think that keeps some of the bad actors from doing stuff that they shouldn't do. So that's a positive. And you could see, I mean, first impression again, modern infrastructure. Let me just show you here. Look at all these modern buildings. Kind of like what you would see in Asia. It reminds me a little bit of Asia, because in Europe they don't have these high rises. The only places that have high rises like this are North America, Asia, and South America. Also, this is a port city, so it's on the ocean, but from what I understand is there's no beaches here. So even though it's coastal on the Atlantic side, from what I understand is there's no beaches. So now driving in, I did see some homes and some communities and stuff. I don't know if you'd call them favelas or whatever, but just really old. Like, the bricks were falling off the wall and people were living in them, and the buildings were kind of leaning sideways. People still living in them. So I mean, you have that extremely old infrastructure, right? I'm walking in the area known as Central. I don't have a great deal of research to offer about this city because YouTube, honestly, I didn't see a lot on YouTube about this city like you usually see about other places. I could have just been too lazy to dig around and do proper research. But you have the Teatro Colón, which is a theater, Puerto Madero, which is like neighborhoods, which I think I'm in that area right now. There's also Bosco de Palermo. I might do some tours. Oh wow, that's a good picture. See if I can get a picture here. Let's see here. There's the Hilton, so I'm near the Hilton. Right there, that's the Hilton. I could have stayed there, but I think that was like at least $160 a night. It could be like $260, I can't remember. I even saw some hotels that were $300 something. So you can see overall I'm in pretty positive spirits. I'm enjoying my walk here. I can't check into my hotel because it's too early, but I've been riding on a bus for 17 hours and I hit the ground running thanks to a cup of coffee that I got. It's definitely worked. Oh wow, is that Puerto Madero? Did I mention the people are friendly? Yes, I did. So we're just cruising around, guys. I mean, this is first impressions of Buenos Aires. I mean, my first impressions of Santiago, I still have to post that video. I've posted videos about Santiago, but I haven't done my first impressions, but Santiago, where I was originally starting out, was in Los Condes, and I was impressed. Very modern. It blew away my expectations, and so far Buenos Aires is exceeding my expectations as well. I'm not just saying that to be cool or anything like that. I'm really impressed. And I was really impressed with Santiago. Lima, I would not say that Lima probably, see, I think the reason these cities exceed my expectations is because Lima met them. What I expected to see in Lima, I got in Lima. So that was like the first city I hit in South America, right? Thought about doing Quito in Ecuador, but I did not. And I don't know if I'm gonna go to Colombia, but I'm certainly, right now I have either Patagonia or Tierra del Fuego, I should say, because that's Argentina, on my radar to go next, or go to Montevideo, which would then include Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. Now this area here is kind of reminding me of Singapore in a way. So what you would see with like Marina Bay Sands, this area here kind of reminds me of Marina Bay in Singapore. Let's see if this light's gonna take forever, but there's the Hilton if you guys want to check it out. Oh, another thing that's pretty cool here, I've seen a lot of casinos on the map, so my assumption is that gambling here, going to the casinos, is legal. But it could be some sort of stipulation behind that. But I went to a casino in Mendoza at the Intercontinental Hotel. They had a casino. And then here I see Casino Buenos Aires. Stuff like that, so. Hey guys, okay, so the scenery got a little bit bland and boring there. So I figured I'd walk over here to this reserve, this ecological preserve here, show you guys what the native surroundings around Buenos Aires look like. So this is showing you here. I guess kind of like swampland, right? A laguna. I think it's pretty good. Alright, so no one's down here. It's 10 in the morning, 10:30 in the morning. But first impression of the jungle forest area there. Kind of like Mexico, around the Yucatan a little bit. And keep in mind the Amazon rainforest is not too far away from here. But this area here is about 10 degrees cooler on average in the winter than Rio de Janeiro. It seems like maybe even 15 or 20 degrees cooler, because for example in Rio right now the weather is 75. Right now it says 60 here. Oh, look at the stray dogs here too. So they have a lot of stray dogs in South America. They had them in Chile, and they also have them here in Buenos Aires. Anyways guys, I wanted to wrap up this bit of the tour. Stay tuned for more videos from around Buenos Aires and this tour, this trip that I'm on through South America. And subscribe and turn on the bell turn on the bell. It notifies you when the videos come out, because just subscribing alone, YouTube doesn't show you the videos for a notification. So if you want to get notified, you have to turn on the bell. Otherwise you'll just get periodic notifications every few videos. So we'll see you guys next time on Island Hopper TV, where jungle meets urban jungle.